YouTube, what's good? Good evening, happy Sunday, y'all. It's your boy Hendrick back with another one. Today we're gonna react to some Ashley Dalton. She just posted this, so not sure, but apparently, just reading the title, apparently this 41-year-old has a crazy story about a past relationship. Obviously, she's on here looking for love, so we're gonna react to it. Hopefully, it's entertaining. And without further ado, just kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. Let's go.
Hi. Nice to meet you. So I just came back from a date.
Hold on 1 second. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially a platform? Okay, so you just came back from a date.
It's a blazer.
So you gave him a little
Yeah,
like,
it's a nice blazer.
Okay.
It has something in the back. I had some jeans.
Fair
on.
use, by the way. I forgot to mention that. Let's go.
So the date went crazy. We met up. Everything was going well. Super vulnerable conversation, I thought, until a woman comes in, pulls up a chair at our table, looks me in the eye, and tells me that he's a pathological liar, an alcoholic, in $500,000 worth of debt, is about to lose his kids, he's about to lose his job, that she's the wife. I said, are you the wife? And she's like, no, I'm his ex-girlfriend, and we had decided that we were going to work on things. We were not going to see each other in that time frame. And I'm like, sis, I'm so sorry. And she goes, I'm the dumb one though, because I'm here and I'm saving you.
but wait, how does she know he was
That's what I'm saying.
Do they lift it?
Okay, let's stop it right here. So, first of all, what the hell she got on? I mean, she said she just went on a date, and this is how. This is not. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if the brown part is her skin. It looks like it's. I don't know. This top she got on, it's a hot mess. I don't know what she got on, but it looks crazy. So she met with a guy, and a girl, another woman pulls up that was his ex, started telling her about this dude being in debt, about to lose his kids. Ladies, where do you meet these men from? I'm curious to know, because this is wild to me. First and foremost, this is wild. I don't know where y'all be meeting these dudes at, but you know they do say you are what you attract. So if you are a dysfunctional individual, you typically attract dysfunctional people around you. When your energy is bad, that's what you get. So, hey man, let's get to the rest of this.
Together, or does she have like how does that even
But the
happen?
crazy part is, like I said, I thought we were having a vulnerable conversation. He's like, I recently had a divorce. I haven't been seeing anyone at all. It's been like maybe 3 weeks that he hasn't even been intimate with people. I was the first date, he says. I know, and now your girlfriend comes to the table, because I thought that was the wife. I said, wait, you're the wife? And she's like, no, ex-girlfriend. So I was like, ex-girlfriend? Oh.
How did it end? Like, did you get up and leave?
So
What
after
happened?
she pretty much shares all of this, I was upset. I didn't even get my entree yet, right? But I digress. I'm hungry.
He said I was hungry.
But I said, I'm so sorry. And I, was like looking for my purse because I was like shooken up a little bit. And he's like, you're really gonna do this? He's telling her, like, are you really gonna do this? And I grabbed my coat and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I think it's best that you leave so that I can talk with her. And I literally am like, I'm in the matrix. My life is a freaking movie. And where are the vulnerable people? Like, I was being so vulnerable with him at the table. I mean, emotional because I'm going through a lot. And he was being vulnerable with me.
See what I say. What did I say earlier? Dysfunctional people typically attract one another like magnets. She just revealed. She's been going through a lot. And guess what she attract? A ninja that's what? Going through a lot to the point where her ex-girlfriend just pull. How the heck the ex-girlfriend just pull up to the same location y'all are is beyond me. That's a whole nother question that we might need to talk about at another time. But there you go. Madness attracts madness. Let's go.
So I thought, but it was biological life. And everything she said debunked everything he was saying to me that in the conversation.
This is all on our first date.
So I'm sitting with myself right now, and I get home, and I hop on TikTok, and I'm like, I see you on, and I'm like, yo, I need to know that there are vulnerable people out in this world. I need to know that there's love out in this world, and I'm 41.
I'm 41.
Yeah. And I have fibroids. I'm having a hysterectomy at the end of the month, and I don't have children, and I'm freezing my eggs tomorrow morning.
There we go. She gonna start crying. You hear it in her voice. You hear the clicks and cracking in her voice. Gonna let you know she about to start crying. Heartstrings gonna start, laying it all out there, just telling too much of her business. I guess we're supposed to feel some sympathy for her, but let's go.
And I'm pushing myself to date because I know that, like, we tell a lot of young women, like, oh, you should wait. Oh, you should, take your time. But time is just ticking for a lot of us. And, wanting to be a mom is just moving further and further away. And I'm like pushing myself to go out and meet people. I'm pushing myself because I want family. I don't want just to be a baby. Now I'm young because the window's closing. I need to just move. If I want to be a mom, I need to just move.
Let's stop it right here. So the biggest misconception, I don't know who told women this, but this is a bad message. Women, ladies, if you want to have family and you aspire to be a mom and have kids and be a wife, no, you should date younger. You should start in your early to mid 20s. You should be having children younger. Don't wait till you're older, because each year that passes, your value as far as the likelihood of you attracting mate is going to just go further and further down, because it's typically women who are chasing their careers or trying to peak professionally, and that's cool, but if you want to have kids, you don't wait till your mid to late 30s and 40s to become a high risk pregnancy. No, you want to try to find you try to find your guy that you're interested in and have a long-term relationship in college or in your 20s, your early 20s. Build with that man. He's working to become something. Get with him. You guys work together and you guys build a family together. That's how it should go. Don't wait till you're in your 30s and you think you're going to find a guy, because the guys that are established, that are in your age range, they're going to be looking younger than you. They're going to be looking in their 20s, because women are most fertile in their 20s. So they're actually the most attractive, less baggage, less miles, less likely to have children. Just all of that is a factor in how men view women when they're dating. So, ladies, stop having kids while you're older. It can happen, but you're just lowering your chances of the likelihood, the probability of it happening. Let's go.
Yeah. What city are you in, Beauty? And New York. Okay. Have you ever thought about getting a matchmaker in New York? Have you thought about that? And I also want to say, I don't want you to give up hope on dating. I don't want you to give up hope on love.
Yeah.
I don't want you to give up. I'm happy that you're still putting yourself out there and you're still trying to be encouraged. You look good. You don't even look 41. You look a lot younger. The chat was saying 30, 31, 29. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. So you got this. Please, don't give up on yourself. No, you look good. You look good. Stay encouraged. Maybe it's the how you're doing it. Have you thought about getting a matchmaker?
I'm turned off by them. Why? Because it's a business. I had a girlfriend that did it, and it was horrific. And then I saw a reality show that was based out in Atlanta, and it's a business. They want to match you, and it's like thousands of dollars. Like a real good matchmaker is like $10K, and it's a business, and so that's why I haven't done that route. I live in New York City. I go out and I know I'm attractive. I'm not saying that I'm ugly. I don't have no self confidence or anything like that. But I notice that men will just stare at you and eye at you for days and not come over. And
And are you going to different places? Let's say different restaurants, different clubs, different areas in New York.
I'm in all the different areas. I go with my girlfriends. We love to eat. Sometimes I go alone because I've been listening to you, and not even you, just in general. Like sometimes when you're with your girlfriends, people are not going to want to feel comfortable to come over to you. So I go out alone. I go on vacation alone. You know, I do it. I'm living my best life. I know that, and I've been pushing it. But I just.
All right, let's stop it right there. So, like, I mean, she's not ugly. Like, I will say she's an attractive woman. Men find her attractive when she's out with her girlfriends, but they're not approaching. Men don't approach. Because time and time again, women have made a mockery of men approaching it and using it as content while on social media and just criticizing and bashing men for approaching them. Like, as if they're disgusted. So, men see that. So social media can be good and bad depending on how you use it. So women have decided to use it to make a mockery of dating, men approaching them. So men are saying, you know what, F it. I'm not gonna approach. You know what, I'll admire her from afar. I'm good. So ladies, what's gonna end up happening is the roles are gonna change a bit. Ladies are going to unfortunately have to become more aggressive with what they want. So if you see a guy that you like, you're gonna have to start doing some approaching too. It is what it is. Now there's men that still cold approach, great, but there's a lot of men who aren't. Men are just going out, minding their business, enjoying their evening, just like the ladies are. So, ladies, if you really want to be serious about dating, and you're gonna have to put yourself out there. If you want to get a matchmaker, you got to invest in what you want. If you want success, you gotta exhaust all routes in order to have increase the likelihood of you achieving the results that you're looking to achieve. Let's go.
Can we give her some suggestions? I'm also seeing the way you dress. I'm also seeing that. So is your style? Yes, we're not saying you don't look good. We're not saying you don't look good. We do think the body's given, you are beautiful. But maybe if you want to attract something different, maybe a little sexy, classy, I would think. This still feels trendy. This still feels like maybe a younger guy. And you do look young, right? So maybe trying up a different style of dress. Can we do that? Not saying you haven't, but would you be open to
I
that?
have a closet full of things. I have damn near the Michelle Obama, you know, like the dress, the blouse. I have it all. But I do sometimes because I'm very small. Like I'm 110 pounds, 5 foot.
Tiny.
So I have to lead like I'm a woman because they think that I'm 20, 18.
You are going to restaurants. Are we going to events?
I go to
control things.
I go to plays. I'll say honestly, in my 40s, it's really eating out. Like it's a restaurant vibe. It's not the club. But I'm also Jamaican and Trinidadian. My mom is Jamaican and Trinidad. So I'm totally into like the carnivals and stuff like that and all those things.
They're also saying, what about a gala? Lounges.
I do lounges. Galas, not so much. I have done like art galleries. I'm always at the Whitney, the MoMA. I love those things.
Okay. Like, do you do the first of the month at the Brooklyn Museum? Have you done that?
That's like a party vibe, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, just for social. I'm just saying, you never know. You never know. And I know they got entrepreneurs and different guys in there as well.
I'm open. I'm outside.
Conferences. There's tech conferences. That's what I'm seeing. Tech conferences. Business events.
Okay, I'm open. I'm open.
Even if you're not really into tech, just going, hey, I'm here. I want to, check out some kind of things. Yeah.
All industries have been revolving around tech, and I'm a nurse, so yeah, I can see myself going to a tech conference too.
White wine tasting.
I don't drink alcohol.
Someone said tech bros are the best. I'm married to one. He is super sweet.
Okay.
Food festivals. Since you
I
like
do.
to eat.
I'm also semi-vegan, so I'm at Vegandale. Yeah, he's a doctor. I was a cardiologist, by the way.
I think the chat giving her good suggestions. Yeah, you got to diversify where you go, especially if you're trying to find a quality guy. Yeah, tech conference is good. Tasting, cigar places are good too. You know, a lot of men like to smoke cigars. That's a good place to go. You know, bars. I mean, there's all types of places. Obviously, restaurants, sporting events. Anything social, yeah, you can find guys there, but definitely try cigars, wine events. Take up golfing events like that. You know, high quality men typically like to partake in those sort of activities. So that's just my 2 cents, though. Let's go.
He's a medical director of all the like a few practices here in the Bronx.
Oh, okay, okay. And how did you guys meet? Did y'all meet at a restaurant in
We met
Albany?
on the Hudson, Hastings on the Hudson. I used to work for a pharma company. We host a lot of events there, so I knew it was going to be a nice venue for the first date. Yeah, he was a doctor.
Okay. All right, so let me ask you this too, because I don't usually do the dating show, but because you came up and this may go up online, let me just, you never know who watches, right? I have so many different guys from all walks of life who follow. So let me ask, where are you from? How old are you? And describe your dream guy, don't describe your
Okay, I am 41. I am from New York City. I'm from the Bronx. I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 15 years. My guy is aware of his traumas, actively working on it, emotionally intelligent, secure in his career. If he does have children, no baby mama drama, a good relationship with his kids and the parent, loving, fun, spontaneous, caring. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any children?
That's what I was telling you.
Okay. And what's the age range for the guys that you want to
At
date?
this point, I am open to anyone. I'm 41, so I don't really want to go too low. But I will say 38, but a very mature 38. To I dated a guy that was about 53, so I'll say maybe 55.
And what happened with that last relationship? Why did it not work out?
He was not emotionally intelligent. We had a huge breakup on a vacation. Yes. I'll just tell you a part of the downfall.
Okay.
We were traveling to visit my family for Thanksgiving. This was like that from me and my family for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And we were at the Airbnb. We get into like a little bit of a fight that was kind of like starting before we even went on the trip. And he was like, he's done. He wanted to leave. He packed his stuff. I had rented the car. I paid for it. He did the Airbnb, but I actually gave him half of the money for the Airbnb. But we didn't really define what we were 100% initially when we were booking the trip because we were friends somewhat.
But he was going to meet your
No. I'll back up. We dated, met him on the app, we dated, we broke up, or I just stopped messing with him, and then I just made him a friend zoned him, and then we ended up hanging out one summer because we were actually friends. Like we go to restaurants together. He was vegan, I was vegan. We go to restaurants together. He's like, "Oh, you want to go to this party with me? Sure, no problem." Go to this party, and he laid out the red carpet like completely different. Wine and dined me. I was like, "Oh, we're friends." Like I didn't think this, and then I started looking at him in a different light. And we started dating, and I'm like, "Oh wow." And the D was good. I was like shocked because I've never dated someone in their 50s either. And he was very well put together, entrepreneur, no children, wanted children too. And we just vibed together. And we had like a fallout prior to us going to Florida. Still went to Florida. And then he had the whole issue. Like he's like, you know what, I'm leaving. And I'm like, okay, you can go.
But what was the issue? What was the cause of the argument? Like, what was his, I guess, issue or challenge with
So
you?
it started before I left. I had left to go to Miami a little bit prior to him because I was going on a cruise with my girlfriends, and he was going to meet me in Miami after. I had given him keys to my apartment so that he could take some of my luggage because, of course, I was going on Uber Sofa Cruise. It's like, you're in your carnival outfits, you're in your carnival stuff, right? But that's not what I'm going to wear around family and friends. I'm going to dress up. So I had a whole, lineage of, things that I was going to wear for the second half of the trip with him. So he was bringing that with me. So he had, like house key. And pretty much I was in the bathroom taking a bath, and he came into the apartment. He was upset because I I felt like he had like a little bit of an issue because he had been calling me, and I was like, I am in the tub. When you get here, you get here. If you have a key, just gave you the key. And he was annoyed. He hung up. I didn't think anything of it. I'm in the tub. I'm like just waiting for him to come into the house. He came into the house. I didn't hear him at all, and went straight to me. I had a problem with that.
Oh, he didn't shower. Is that what was
He
that?
did knock on the door and say, "Hey, Tiff, I'm here." So I get out the shower, and I'm like, "Where is he? Like, what's going on?"
But my question to is why was he upset with you on the way to the house? What was he upset about?
I'm trying to decompress. I'm in the tub. I'm in the sauna. Like I'm relaxing. I had a little bit of anxiety about going on a trip. I had my 40th birthday. The trip went horrifically wrong, and then I just had a lot of anxiety about traveling. Period. I went to a Beyonce concert after my birthday trip, and the Airbnb caught on fire, and I just had a lot of anxiety. And so I was just like telling him that this is the trip that I'm going on, and I have a lot of anxiety about it, and I just need to decompress. I got a massage. I was in the shower trying to decompress, Epsom salt bath, just trying to relax myself because I had a lot of anxiety for going on the trip.
But why wouldn't he be upset with you because of your anxiety? I would assume he'd be like, all right, babe, take your shower. I'll see you in a
That's what
second.
I thought too.
But if you said it to him just like you said it to me, where would the issue, where did it, I don't know. That's
I
weird.
didn't get it.
Man, she talks so much. I don't know. Something's not adding up. Something's not adding up with this story. It's not making much sense. So she had some sort of anxiety before they went on this getaway trip to Miami. And I guess he called several times. She ain't answer, and she needed to decompress and blah blah blah. But I don't know. The story's not adding up. For him to be upset over that is kind of childish, if that's actually the case. But I don't know. I think there's more to the story that she's not quite letting on, because at the end of the day, we only hear her account of the story. We don't know his, so who knows what happened.
He was just annoyed that I think he was annoyed that I answered him in an annoying way.
Okay. So with the way you said it,
Just come, like, get off the phone type of thing. Like, I was trying to rush him off the phone. So I could just send myself. He came into the house, went straight into the bed. I'm not worried about him, like, not showering, none of that stuff, right? It's just like when you come into someone's house, you acknowledge him. I didn't even know he was in my house.
okay. So I'm assuming that tells me he's comfortable. Like y'all established a relationship where he's in his own house and he's comfortable, and like that's what I was assuming. Like, I believe when she got out the shower kind of thing.
Yes, correct. And so for me, it's like, it's a respect thing. I'm Caribbean. You come in the house, you greet the person. Hey, baby, I'm here, whatever. So anyway, I get out the shower. I see his shoes at the door. I'm like, oh shit, he's here. So I go into the room and I'm like, oh, you're here. You didn't even say anything to me. He's like, oh, I thought you were upset. You got me rushing off the phone. So it kind of started from that. And it was just like a catalyst of, like a snowball of us just not agreeing with each other. Because I'm like, you can't come into, like, what if I die in the shower? Like, what if,
Girl, I die in the shower. Girl, you're being dramatic.
I literally could have.
Man, this woman has, yeah, she has issues. I mean, the outlandish scenario she proposed, oh, you didn't greet. She was mad that the dude didn't greet her when she walked in the house unannounced. Yeah, I mean, I'm Caribbean too, and yeah, that is an issue. That's somebody walking in my house and not say a word. It's like, yeah, it's a problem for sure. So I can understand that, but like, I mean, truthfully, from what it sounds like, there had to be more to what happened. I'm sure there was more that led to ultimately when they got on the trip. But like, based on what she's described thus far, they're mad over really childish and very small things that can be worked out over just a simple conversation. But I don't know. She's bringing out outlandish scenarios, and yeah, as she talks, you're starting to see some of the issues and why she's been struggling. Let's go.
Drowned in the tub. I was in the tub like at least 2 hours. And I do that. I have asthma. I have my steam sauna running. So I was just like, why wouldn't you just respond? Long story short, we get to Miami. We're having conversations about the whole incident, and I felt violated. Like, you come to my house, you don't even say anything to me, and you just go to bed. Like, it's not okay. And
one thing you don't do You need to any small conversations. You don't go on a trip and bring those problems onto the whole purpose of the trip. Y'all supposed to have a good time, a getaway. Y'all have fun and f all the BS that y'all had going on that y'all had at home. They get on the trip and have a continuation conversation. That conversation should have been had the day after, um, or hell that night, and that's what ultimately is causing problems.
He just said, and he actually agreed with me. So I have a friend that is married, and the wife is a cop. And he came into the house thinking he was going to play around with her and didn't acknowledge himself. And she had her guns drawn, like, who's in the house? You know? I mean, to me, I just feel like it was unexpected. I feel like you're coming into my space. It's nothing for you to say, hey, baby, I'm here. I would never go to somebody else's house and not acknowledge.
No, I understand what you're saying, like, hey, babe, just come in and say, hey, babe. But I don't know, that feels a little less. To say you're on a gun, you could be
This is the
unalive.
example that he gave me, and he was like, "I understand where you're coming from."
Okay.
Like it's nothing for me. So we get to Miami, and I'm coming off the cruise, and we're trying to vibe, and he just doesn't. It took us a while to get to that, and it just started to snowball into an argument, and I was just like, I just need some space. Like we're here in Miami, we can still hang out, we can still go out on dates. You know, like let's still enjoy the trip, you know. And it just started to go left. We had like an argument, and he's like, he's leaving, pack his stuff. I'm not in the.
But what made him pack this time? Okay, the first issue was just anxiety. So this time around, why would he be so upset again? But
Before I had left. This is way back in New York. I'm talking about now we're in Florida.
yeah, but why would he want to pack in Florida? Is what I'm saying. You guys got over the hump. So what
We
made
got
you
over it while we were in Florida. It happened the same night. We were having like a whole discussion about everything that had happened in New York City. And so
okay.
we were having that conversation, and it was a huge, fight. But I felt like we were coming to a close of like, hey, we need to just chill. And I'm just telling him like, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore. We can chill. We can still hang out and go on dates while we're here. Like, let's chill. And he decided to pack his bags and he wanted to leave.
Oh, okay. Now it's making sense. So you tried to, I mean, what? She tried to break up with Buddy on the trip. Talking about, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore, but we could kick it, we could be cool, we could be friends. Well, no, shoot, I would have packed my bags and left too. Like, I would have said, you know what, bump that. Nah, you could be by yourself. I would have got another room. I would have left, packed my ish, and enjoyed the trip elsewhere by myself, solo dolo out Miami. Trust me, you can get plenty of women. Especially if he doing well for himself, he got bread, he'll be just fine. Another woman will just pick up where she left off. I would have just stayed in another hotel, enjoyed my trip, and would have been having a party in Miami. Let's go.
Like I said, I had to go to the rental car. I thought that he like took a cab, but no, he took the car to the airport. Yeah, to me that's like a big red flag because.
And that also reads to me that whatever happened, whatever you guys argued about, he was fuming. He was like really upset. For him to take the rental car and not consider you, like, hey, she rented the rental car, right? For him to take that and drive away, that means y'all got into a really bad argument. That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I just felt like it was just an immature behavior because I felt like we could have just still worked on it. We could have still, woke up the next day and went to the beach, hung out by the pool, talked about it again, and he was talking stuff. And I think he wanted me to say, no, stay, don't leave, whatever. And I didn't do that. I was going to allow him to leave. But for him to take a rental car, to me, that was crazy because it was in my name. How am I going to know he left the rental car?
Right.
That's what happened. And he was 53.
So ultimately, it ended because of a disagreement about you going to a vacation, the carnival vacation. That was the ultimate issue between you guys.
I would say yes. A snowball of an argument that just got bigger and bigger. And it had nothing to do with me going on vacation. It had everything to do with him coming to the house, and I was upset that he did that. And until we got to Miami.
Okay, fair enough. So if you think about red flags, I guess communication is important to you. Like green flags, communication.
Huge.
Yeah. And it just seemed like you guys were going good. You guys were friends for a period of time, things were fine, and maybe you guys got comfortable, and then things started to go left when things got really comfortable.
Yes. And I don't mind comfortable. I want us to be our authentic, honest, transparent selves. I feel like
situation that wasn't always the best. You know, you live and you learn. So now you know better, and this goes for everyone. Like I'm sure everyone here has been in a situation they didn't want to be in, you know, at least once in a relationship. So.
And I talk in circles, I'm reading it. I do take accountability. Yeah, I didn't really want to go down the route of him. But I just wanted to say that I am looking for love, and I feel like being vulnerable is a good thing. But I just feel like, I just said this to my girlfriend, I feel like I'm attracting like all of these bad relationships. And she's like, no, girl, you're not. But I really do believe that you attract a lot of the stuff that comes into your life, you know?
Ooh, bingo. I said that earlier. You are what you attract. You're attracting no good men who, because you're not a good woman. It's just that simple, man. When you have bad energy around you, it's like a moth to a flame. You're gonna attract demons. You're gonna attract dudes who have a lot of issues internally too. For this man to just leave. I mean, the argument that happened was really childish and stupid. Let's just call it for what it is. Like they both, her and whatever guy she was with, they both need to grow up, and both lack the experience needed to be in a long-term relationship. Let's just call it for what it is. But you are what you attract. When you are garbage, when you have issues, you're not gonna attract quality people who are understanding. No, you're gonna attract toxic people, and that's exactly what happened. This story is no different. What a waste of a trip.
Right. I also feel like, you know, when you get into a relationship, you guys have to learn each other, you know, so that's why communication is important. What may be little to you may be big to someone else. What's big to someone else is little to someone else. So just communicating that without going to 10 or without going to 100. You know, if someone did something once, okay, all right, my bad. They didn't know, you know what I mean? Let it roll off. Just talk about it. Hey, babe, you know, I like when you come in, da da da. But I think as you get older, you kind of are set in your ways, right? And you want things a certain way, especially after 40.
I know.
It's this way, it's my way, or the highway. That's kind of the energy, you know? So that's something you have to work on.
I feel like the older that I get, my list goes down and down, though.
No, I'm not saying to decrease your standards. I'm not saying that. But just learning to communicate, telling people upfront, like, hey, this is what I want, this is what's important to me, that kind of thing. Without going to 10, is what I'm saying. Because it sounds like you guys were good together. That's what it sounds like. Things were going good.
Yeah.
Until one little, you know, it's not little, but like you said, if he is coming out, he should say hello or knock on the door. Hey, babe, I know you're in the bath. Hi, I'm here. Nothing, I totally understand that. But yeah, it caused a really big argument, is what I'm saying. Yeah. To the point where y'all didn't even want to be around each other when things were going well, is what I'm saying. If that was the only issue.
Okay. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, alright, I'm done with this video. I mean, she's pretty much cooked. Listen, until she fixes what ails her internally, she shouldn't be dating anybody. And I mean, that guy, first of all, when you start out in the friend zone, man, that's a losing proposition. Man, like, fellas, if a woman don't like you, if she's not physically attracted to you and thinking about effing you, and she just can't keep her hands off you, if she's not physically attracted to you and don't want you to be inside her at all, don't even bother. Don't even waste your time. You being in the friend zone only benefits her. You get nothing out of it. Going out with a woman who doesn't see you at all romantically, doesn't fantasize about you, like, what are we doing? We got one life to live. We don't have time to be wasting. But my advice to this woman, she needs to fix what ails her, get her health in order, and come ready and have a right mindset, and then she'll start having better luck. Until she does, she's going to run into the same garbage men that she's been attracting. But let me know your thoughts in the video, man. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. The grind don't stop. This your boy Hendrick. I'm out. I'll be back with another video soon. Good night, y'all. Peace.